All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to your stretch, lengthen, and release. This morning is kind of gearing for a Halloween detox. So working on some warming up the body, but then also taking some gentle twists to help our metabolism, help our detoxification process, and just get nice and warm. It's a little gloomy outside, so this kind of ticks all the boxes. We'll go ahead and start flat on our mat. I'm going to get some space, roll this guy. Come on. There you go. And when you get flat on your back, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a moment to move inward. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath, really open up the chest. Allow the feet to fan open, relaxing the inner thighs, relaxing the glutes. And take a moment just to connect in with your breath. Feeling the natural rise and fall of your belly, expansion of the rib cage. And from here, we'll go ahead and set in our intention, something you want to focus on in your practice this morning. Maybe it's a dedication to someone, something. And we'll honor that with one more breath. And on our next inhale, we'll take our hands back behind, point our toes to the front, deep long body stretch as if we're waking up in the morning. And exhale, hug your knees into your chest, bring your forehead to your knees. On that exhale, release that cervical spine. Lower your head down on the inhale. Lengthen your left leg long. Exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Go ahead and point and flex those toes. Move throughout this right ankle joint. Maybe creating some figure eights, nice big circles, and switch directions. Notice that gentle, subtle change as you do. And relaxing that foot, bringing the right knee closer to your shoulder, closer to that rib cage. I'll take this into a supine twist. On your exhale, bring that right knee across your left side body. Right arm opens up, gaze follows. Working with your breath, so every inhale finding some length and space between the rib cage and the shoulder. Exhale, twisting deeper into that space that you've created with your breath, with that lengthening inhale. On your next inhale, unravel. Bring that right knee back gently, hugging it in towards your chest. And inhale, allow it to lengthen to meet that left leg. Notice how the left side feels compared to your right. And on your next exhale, hug your left knee into your chest. Take that gentle compression. And as you do, go ahead and release that left ankle joint. Go ahead and rolling it back and forth, maybe into figure eights. Nice big circles. Just slowly saying hello to this ankle. And gently switch directions. Allowing that left foot to gently relax. Compressing this left hip. Squeezing that left knee closer to your left shoulder. One more breath. And on your next exhale, bring the left knee across your right side body, moving into the supine twist on this side. Lengthen out that left arm. Gaze follows. Trying to twist from the thoracic spine, so the center of your body. Even if your limb is floated, as long as both shoulders are down and you're looking the opposite direction from your knee, you're getting that benefit of that twist. Massaging the internal organs, boosting our metabolism, helping and encouraging our detoxification process. Breathing here. Again, noticing how this side feels compared to the other, but also focusing on that breath. Every inhale is finding length between that hip and shoulder. Exhale is twisting further into it. The longer we hold poses, sometimes our body's able to relax a little bit more, even if it's just a millimeter difference. And inhale, slowly unravel, bringing that left knee back into your chest. Give it a gentle hug in. And next inhale, lengthening it long. Give it a nice little shake. Point and flex the toes, roll throughout those ankles, pedaling out the feet. Gently lifting up the knees, just finding some little movements. And on your next inhale, walk your heels towards your sit bones, so your heels are at your knees. And from here, we'll take a bridge posture, keeping your hands down towards the heels. On your inhale, lifting up your hips, engaging your glutes. You're going to roll from side to side for a little bit more depth, rolling on those shoulders, bringing the shoulders closer together. Squeezing the inner thighs, bringing the knees parallel rather than opening up. I'm going to keep them nice and parallel from our hips, straight forward along our mat. And exhale, lower down. We'll take this with a flow this time, adding our arms. So that was more for depth. Now we're going to take some more movement to build and move that blood flow around. So on our inhale, lifting upper hips, add the arms, drop them back behind you. And exhale, flow down. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, flow down. One more time, inhale, flow up, engaging the glutes, engaging the quads and hamstrings. Exhale, lower down. This last one will hold just like that beginning. See if we can hold a little bit longer. On your inhale, lifting up those hips. Bringing and pushing the hips over the shoulders to really open and expand that heart. Engage more of the glutes. And then from here, rock side to side so you're on more of the shoulders. You can interlace your fingers underneath your hips for a little bit of a bind. Press that chest forward more if you can, just to arch the back. And exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, one full body stretch. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms back behind you. And we'll take our crescent. On our exhale, walk our ankles over to the right. Left ankle wraps on top. And add the arms over to the right. Right hand can hold on to that left wrist. Body still firmly on the mat, just creating a subtle crescent shape with our body. Feeling that length and space from the left ankle all the way up towards the left wrist. Inhale, come back through center. And on our exhale, take this over to the left side. Right ankle wraps over the left ankle. And grab a hold of that right wrist, bringing your hands over to the left side. Again, body is still firmly flat on the mat, just moving the limbs subtly to the left side of your mat. Inhale, come back through center. One last long body stretch. And exhale, hug your knees back into your chest. Go ahead and rock this side to side. Gaze in the opposite direction of those knees for a gentle spinal articulation. Massaging at the top of the hips, the top of the glutes as you roll side to side. And we'll take one more each side. Make sure you're nice and even. Coming back to center. On your exhale, drop those knees down and simultaneously roll to your right. Hang here for a breath. And press yourself up. Rolling all the way through into a box. Shoulders stack over those wrists and hips stack over those knees. Still working on loosening up the hips first. Leaning towards one hip of your choice, slowly take some circles. Sit bones down towards the heels. And one more circle. Coming back up to a neutral spine, gently switch direction, leaning towards the opposite hip. And take those circles on this side in this direction. And one more circle, completing that circle, rising back up to your box. And we'll continue this blood flow movement, creating some cat-cows for some spinal mobility. On your inhale, belly sinks down, shoulder blades roll back and away, opening up that chest. Really sink that chest down, sink that chest forward, sink that belly down. Nice arch in the low spine. And exhale into your cat. Tuck the chin to your chest. Arch the top of the spine towards the ceiling. Shift that weight slightly forward into your cat. Really engaging and opening up between the shoulder blades. And inhale back to your cow, opening up that heart. Exhale, returns to your cat, tucking in, curling that spine. And flow with your breath. Every inhale is that heart opener. Every exhale, closing off, folding down. Taking this mindful meditation of movement with breath. Enjoying that fluid motion of your body, your spine, the mobility. And one more each. Returning to that neutral spine. Finding a nice stable base with those wrists and knees. On your inhale, lengthen the left leg long. Heel points up, toes point down, flexing towards the shin. Make sure it's one long line of energy from the hip to the knee to the ankle. Engaging your core, creating some heat in the body. We need heat to help with our detoxification. And add that right arm, thumb points up. Again, one long line of energy. Ankle, elbow, and shoulder all align. And exhale, drop this down. Lean towards that left hip. Just take one circle to release. Go ahead and shake out the wrists if you need. Roll them one direction and then the other before you plant them down and return back to your box. And we'll take this spinal balance on the other side. Once you're nice and stable, inhale, lengthen that right leg long. Again, toes point down, heel is up. One long line from the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Making sure that you're engaging the full back of the leg rather than lifting it up too high, arching the back too much, engaging too much of the glute. We want the hamstring and calf to be just as involved. And switching that weight into that right hand on your inhale, lengthen and lift that left arm. Thumb points up. Engaging the core for that stability. Nice job, and exhale, slowly drop the limbs. Shift that weight towards that right hip. Go ahead and roll those sit bones down towards the heels, one circle. Roll out the wrists if you need. If those wrists become too tender, you can take a fist in your box. That helps stabilize more of the wrist rather than folding and pressing some weight down. Building on from the series, taking baby steps on each and every move. On your inhale, lengthen your left leg. Add that right arm. Moving breath movement on this next series. Inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow, knee connect. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Find length, inhale. Exhale, drop the limbs. You know where we're going. Shift that weight to the left hip. Roll through some circles. Maybe take one extra bonus, coming back up to that neutral spine. And we'll take this on the other side. Inhale, lengthen that right leg, toe points down, and add the left arm. Find some length between the left fingers and the right toes. And we'll create some heat with a little bit more movement, building on. Inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow, knee, connect. Squeeze it into the center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Find length, inhale. And exhale, drop the limbs down. Shift that weight to that right hip. Roll for two circles, that bonus circle from last time, coming back up to that neutral spine. And we'll build, keep building onto this box series. Lengthen the left leg long. Add that right arm, spinal balance. Finding movement, exhale, elbow, knee connect into the center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lengthen. Last time, exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach. Drop that right hand down. Keep the left leg lifted. Inhale, find length. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Frame those left toes with your hands. Exaggerate your lunge. Modified runner's lunge, staying on that knee. Next, inhale, rise this into your crescent, coming up to that knee. Option to add the hands. As you add the hands, you should feel more of a stretch in the core. Fully stretching from the front of the right knee all the way through the chest. And as always, you can stay at that knee if you choose. 2 more breaths. Exhale, plant your hands, frame those left toes step back, and exhale, drop to your box. We'll take this on the other side. Lengthen that right leg long, add the left arm. Find length, inhale. Exhale, elbow, knee, connect. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lengthen. Last time, elbow, knee, connect. Inhale, reach back to that spinal balance, bird dog. Drop that left hand, exhale. Find length, inhale, lengthen that right leg. And exhale, step it to the top of your mat. Heel toe to reach it a bit higher. Frame the foot with your hands, option to stay here. Opening the psoas and hip flexor on that left side. Folding over in your runner's lunge. Or inhale, rise into your crescent, placing your hands on that knee or adding the arms high. Kind of finding where you want to sink in this morning, opening up the front of the body. While you're simultaneously building some strength in that lower body. And exhale, frame the foot with your hands. Step that right leg back long. And exhale, return to your box. Before we do our last flow for our box, curl those toes, walk those hands back, and have a seat on those heels, opening up the back of the feet. Option to take the hands in front of the knees for a little gentle version. Now hold this just for a few breaths, so come back into your intention, come back into that mindset that you created in the beginning of practice, what brought you here. If at any point you need to come forward and put the hands to get some weight off those toes, you're welcome to do that. 2 more breaths. I know this can be intense, but it really does open the full fascial line. And exhale, take your hands to the front, back to your box, untuck those toes, roll those ankles a few ways. Option to make some noise, tap the top of the feet to your mat. And then we'll slowly drop the feet down, untuck those toes, and walk the hands back to the knees into kneeling on the shins. We'll slowly lift one knee at a time just to open up the front of the feet. Just taking that gently. Kind of helps us get off our wrists as well since we've been in box for a while. One more breath. And from here, slowly on your next exhale, come back to your box for that one last flow. And we'll switch it up. We'll start with the right leg this time just so you can see. On your inhale, lengthen your right leg long. Toe points down, add the left arm as normal. Still building on from here. Inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow, knee connects. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. The last time, exhale, squeeze into your core. Inhale, find length. Exhale, drop the left hand down. Keep the right leg lifted. Inhale. And exhale, step it to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise to your knee. Option to add the hands over above or at the knee. If you can, take your hands to your heart center. Inhale, find length. Exhale, will twist over towards the right knee. Option to stay high. Or for more challenge, take your left elbow to your right knee to open up the outside of your left shoulder. So as you press that left elbow into the knee, you're simultaneously twisting your chest up forward towards your ceiling. So a few ways you can stay high, or you can try to lower down to your practice. You can challenge yourself however you wish. Inhale, unravel, come back to center. Option to add the arms, inhale. Exhale, frame the right foot steps back. Keep it lifted on this one or release the hip. Bend the heel to the sit bones. Turn the right knee to the right side and draw some circles with this right knee, about 3 in this direction. And then gently switch. Re-lengthen that right leg long. And exhale, drop that right knee to your mat. One more of this flow before we lower down for some stretches. So taking this and evening ourselves out. On your inhale, lengthen your left leg. Add the right arm. Spinal balance. And we'll flow this. Inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow, knee connect. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, tuck it into your center. Inhale, reach. Last time. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Drop that right hand down. Keep the left leg lifted. Inhale. And exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Frame your foot with your hands. Get a nice, comfy, stable base in that runner's lunge. And next, inhale, rise to your knee for your crescent, or add the hands high. And from here, we'll take our twist, starting with our hands at our heart center. So either bringing our hands up or down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist towards the left side. Option to stay here. If that feels good, you should still feel the outside of your hip activating here. Added bonus is bringing that right elbow to the left knee, pressing into that left knee to rotate your heart more open towards the ceiling. It also adds an opening in this back right shoulder, pulling the scapula away from the spine. We've made it to our challenge posture, so however you're taking it, hold it for one more breath. Inhale, unravel, add the arms high briefly. And exhale, plant the hands down, frame the left toes. You've made it. Take those left toes back long. Keep them lifted, bend the heel to the sit bones. Turn the knee to the left side. I'm going to draw some circles. Engaging this outer hip. 3 in each direction, so make sure you switch. Lengthen that left leg long. Drop the knee back down to your box. Wide like child pose, big toes to touch. Knees wider than your mat. And exhale, sink that chest down. Taking a moment here if you need some water. It's our final flow before we come down and do some stretching postures. So take some moment to cool that heat down. Get a sip. We'll take 3 breaths here. Next, inhale, slowly rise to your box. On your inhale, lift your left arm high. Palm facing up, weave it underneath your right shoulder. Drop the hips down or reach your hand forward, threading the needle. So your left palm is facing up. It's underneath your right shoulder. You're just going to gently drop the hands down. More intensity is actually staying high because more weight is going to be on the shoulders. So if it's too much, you can bring those sit bones down towards the heels. And kind of find your medium happy place. On your inhale, lift up your head. Take your right hand towards the left elbow. Use your right hand to press into your mat as you unravel the left arm. Going to swim it forward for 3. Last one. And then gently switch directions, swimming it back for 3. And last one. We'll take this on the other side. On your inhale, lift your right arm high, opening up. Exhale, palm facing up. Weave it underneath, threading the needle. And slowly walk the left hand forward. Simultaneously drop those hips for a little less intensity, or keep them lifted, or drop them halfway. Once you feel that you have that nice opening in the outside of your left shoulder, you're going to drop that head down. On your inhale, take your right hand to your left hand to your right elbow. Going to press in with your left hand. Lift that right arm back up to the sky and go ahead and rotate into some circles, swimming forward for 3 and back for 3. And last one. Once you're nice and even, cross your ankles, behind you, roll into a comfortable sit, and extend your legs out forward. Give them a nice little shake. We'll take a Paschimottanasana, deep-seated forward fold first. Peace fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, peace fingers reach to those big toes. Inhale, find length, and exhale, fold into the straight leg forward fold. Opening up the back of the hamstrings, the calves, and the knees. Focus on opening up that lumbar spine as well. So when you reach that heart forward, keep that chest and thigh connection. You'll find some more length in the spine, reversing the effects of gravity. And on your inhale, slowly come up, give your legs a nice little shake. From here, we're gonna cradle our right leg in, and I'll mirror you since I'm now facing you. So hug your right leg in, bottom of the foot into the elbow as best as possible. Give your leg a nice little squeeze. Either a 90-degree bend or down towards the hip, whatever you can grab. Gently rotate. You'll find that as you twist over the left leg, you'll get a little bit more openness and a stretch in the outer right hip. And we'll take our half shoelace next. So on that exhale, we're going to drop the right foot on the outside of the left hip and slowly allow that knee to drop down over the knee. Even though I'm in all black, I actually don't have my knees are this far apart in alignment. If you can get them aligned, that's ideal. But again, it's okay not to have them aligned. You'll feel a really intense stretch on the bottom of this left leg. So inhale, find length. Exhale, drop your head. Maybe walk the hands forward anywhere you feel it. Also, maybe even feeling a nice little glute stretch on the right side. Slow your breath down. We'll hold this for 2 more. On your inhale, slowly lift up. Grab a hold of the knee and ankle on the right side. Unravel. Allow it to stretch out and meet the left. Give it a nice little shake. And we'll take this on the other side. Cradling and hugging in your left foot. Bottom of the foot into the right elbow. And then knee into the left elbow. I'm going to give this a gentle shake going as far as you can with this cradle. Just loosening up the hip to allow it into this half shoelace next. And on your exhale, finish that twist. Drop the left foot on the outside of your right hip. Try to align me. I'm a little bit more aligned on this side compared to that on the other. Our bodies are different on either side. And when you're ready, inhale, find length. Leading with the chest, exhale, fold down as far as you can. Flex those toes towards the shins. Should feel a stretch on the back side of the knee. Stretching all those ligaments and tendons, making sure the mobility and blood flow is flushing through. Keeping that joint nice and healthy. You also may feel an outer hip opening too on this left side. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to lift up. On cross, take your hands to the ankle and knee. Just gently guide it forward. Give the legs a nice little shake, and we'll take a wide leg forward fold. So opening up your legs wider than your mat. Shifting your weight side to side so you're nice and rooted down on those sit bones. Inhale, find length, and exhale, slowly begin to walk those hands forward. Flexing the toes to the shins. Squeezing and engaging the quads helps the hamstrings relax, maybe go even further. Find your edge and slowly sink in and breathe. Find that breath. On your next inhale, slowly walk the hands back to center. Take your hands to the outside of your knees, gently close them together. If you're like me, spin around onto your mat so you can lower your back on your mat. Bring the toes to the front of the mat and slowly lower down until your back is flat on the mat, just like we began our practice. And on the exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Inhale, drop the heels down so the heels are at the sit bones. Take your right foot and cross as if you're seated in a chair. Cross the right leg over the left. And on your exhale, bring your knees into your chest. You can reach and grab a hold of opposite feet. Bring the feet closer to the hips. This is our supine cow face. So seated, we actually had the left leg lifted and we folded over. Now we're taking a supine variation, which is a little bit more gentle than the seated. And just bringing the heels for more depth and length in this stretch towards the outer hips. You can also leave those alone and just rest the hands down or even grab a hold of the knees just to bring them closer to your chest. Usually the leg that's crossed over top is the hip that you'll feel the most. But all of our bodies are different. So if you feel it on the outer hips, this stretch is working. And we'll just relax here for a few breaths. On your inhale, slowly lower your left foot down. Uncross the right leg. Extend the legs out next inhale. Give them a nice little shake, and we'll take this supine cow face on the other side. Walk the heels towards your sit bones. Cross your left ankle as if you're seated in a chair over that right knee. And on your exhale, bring the knees towards your chest. You can reach the opposite feet. Bring the feet closer to the hips for more intensity in this stretch. Finding what suits you best, hanging in, breathing, relaxing your back, melting into the mat. On your inhale, slowly release the bind with your hands if you have it. Drop your right foot down. Uncross the left leg. And on your inhale, lengthen the legs to the front of your mat. Give them a nice little shake. Tuck those shoulder blades underneath in case the shoulders began to creep forward. Opening up the chest, rest your hands down. Allow the feet to fan open back where we began our practice. And just take a moment to calm that breath once more. Come back to a neutral breath. No need to control the inhales and exhales. Just a nice, even, steady breath. Whatever feels natural. And take a full body scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Is there anything else you're craving to close out your practice? You're welcome to take that posture now. Otherwise, hang into your Shavasana and breathe. We'll hang into our Shavasana for a few more breaths. So with this practice, since we created some nice movement and blood flow and heat in our body, especially concentrating in the core, we added some twisting posture to help massage those internal organs that not only boost our metabolism, but it does aid in our digestion, just to help move things along. So really embracing this detoxifying flow. It's very important to have a few more sips of water than you normally do throughout the day. That's a glass or two. Just take some time for yourself to remind yourself to flush out and help and aid this practice by giving it some more water to help flush your system. When you are ready to find some movement, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Walk your heels towards your sit bones, roll to your right side, and take 3 breaths. And when you're ready, you're welcome to join me seated to close out our practice. By pressing yourself up on the inhale, take your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center, a place of love and connection. Thank you so much for joining me for your Halloween-inspired detoxification flow. I hope you feel rejuvenated, ready to take on the rest of your day, and most importantly, just loose and relaxed. The light within me honors, acknowledges, and celebrates the beautiful, bright, divine light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks.